When a legal justice take a diverse from ethical concepts, it tends to become tyrannical, fruitful parents of injustice. If you are not becoming a right student, it is injustice to your course. My name is CS Ananda Krishna Deshkulkarni Anand. To add that suffix CS, I worked very hard and today I am enjoying that suffix. It's a very well recognized in the corporate sector. When I started my course, I was just a PU completed. I ended my education career in 1980 when I completed my PUC. So I started to work with my brother. He is a civil engineer. From 90 to 2002, it was a settling time for me in the field. Almost I did all the type of works in civil engineering industry. It's one of the fantastic journeys, all because I met the young students. I'm the only person who is having a 32nd year and started to studying. All fellows are 18, 20, 21. So it was a huge advantage and a disadvantage at the same time. It's all started funnily initially in 2006, but I never know that the commerce field is such a big field. Then I started to mingle with greats like our institute, Company Krishna Hegde, Sundareshan sir, almost all the people I met, they all encouraged me to study 36th year. If I exactly say 36th year I started my journey. At the same time I started along with CS, I started also study for the LLB. Both LLB and CS I completed within 4 years. So at the age of the 40 I completed my MCom, MPhil, LLB and ACS. Today I am a practicing company secretary of more than 4 years experience. The major challenges I faced as a student is the age factor, the concentration problem and the hectic physical activity, and sometimes even I used to come at 11 o'clock to my house. We were doing around 27 projects, so it was a hectic period for me when I entered into CS Inter. At that time we were having a 4 and 4 8 subjects. So initially I started took the first group. Accounts was my biggest challenge because I could not able to follow the things. I met almost 18 teachers in an account in a first attempt and I got only 11 marks. That was a shameful thing to me, but I took it as a challenge. In the next attempt I completed my second group and first group. It was when I completed my both the groups, I entered into professional. I thought, yes, I am becoming a CS. The best part of the CS is the direct link to the board. After passing profession, you will never get in any other provision. You will never match that. You are going to have a direct interaction with the directors who are the decision makers of the company or who is going to run the company. It's more than the strategy. It is all about loving the subjects. That love made me so much affection towards the importance of the law in Indian culture. There's a more family relationship than the corporate relationship. So the corporate relationships are running on the basis of the relations more than the actual laws. So my strategy very initially was to work with the smaller people, and till today I am continuing the same. I am very happy to work with SMEs. See, when I completed my CS in 2012, I never know that these big industries are asking for a small person called a CS. I saw there is a huge demand for a quality CS. Quality CS will have a lot of areas, starting from the human resource development, small scale industry problems. The major problem I saw with the company secretaries is they're restricting themselves to filings. That is the biggest drawback I am seeing, because everybody will have a certain problems that may not be attended by law. We can make a request to the authorities, we can make a request to the courts and all those things. You can work on the law on the basis of their need and problems. So that's why I wrote several things to regulatories. I worked with some of the regulatories, responded really well. Initially when I came to starting off my profession, immediately I started practicing from the day one. I saw very much the more of the professionals are doing in compliance works. The compliance works, although I liked, the challenges are very limited. Then I started to search where the application of the law lies, where the challenges are faced by the other professionals, why we are not taking our interest in other areas. Then I started to work in other areas like property laws and the litigations, especially company litigations. It's most of the litigations are attended with the advocates than the company secretaries. Really, the company secretaries are having more edge or the advantage than the any other professionals. So I took challenges in litigation. I completed so many litigations. Another thing is the mediation and the arbitration is the areas the people has not touched at all. So the mediation and the arbitration, another area I'm really interested, and I'm working with all those things. More than the regular clients, I started to work as an assistant to or a co-professional to advocates. Most of the things I learned from the advocates, how to interpret, how to see the other laws looking into the company law or the combination of the laws, how to defend the case. Among all the laws, I found more attractive in contract laws, where you really need agreements and all those things. Advocates are having excluding certain advocates, they're having a limited knowledge when it comes to matter of the corporate litigation and corporate agreements. So these two areas I started to work more focusing on. Today also I am working mainly on the litigations and corporate agreements. RERA is my basic jurisdiction or my original jurisdiction. That is also I am more interesting to work with the Real Estate Regulation Act. See, these are all the areas only I am saying for the namesake. Other than that, GST is there, indirect taxes are there. Even if you are capable, you can work with the direct taxes also. Nobody has stopped to work with the CS. It is only themselves they are limiting. I saw today's students are more brilliant, they are more well versed, and they are having lot of informations, but their attitude towards the subjects are limited. That's the biggest drawback. Unless you love your profession and you love the law, they're not going to succeed very much, because it needs in-depth study. They have to interact more with the teachers. One will be remembered when they react or interact with the teacher. It will be remembered for the whole lifetime when you are interacting with the teacher. It's not only passing of examination, it is about the thinking of the applicability of the laws. Especially when it comes to matter of the SEBI, when it comes to matter of the FEMA, they need a lot of application in the law. So I will expect the students to be more challenging while attempting their questions. I want them to attend tough questions. If you are a good student for the whole time, you can be a good professional in the whole time of your life. You must enjoy your profession. Otherwise, don't take it. I have a great happy feeling after becoming a CS. When I started to take a litigations, some of the companies are in the verge of the closing. I took the challenges. All companies are now revived. They are doing work. 100 or 200 of families are there making their lives through the companies. See, that's where the company secretaries will count. It gives me the more satisfaction, the more immense pleasure of the profession. As far as the industry is concerned, I am enjoying my profession like anything. That is the biggest advantage I saw in CS.